Hey everybody, it's Andrew here with the Let's Park It podcast, and we're here for another episode of the podcast. And I am here always with my co-host to my left or right, whichever one it is in the virtual world. What is your name? State your name, sir.
I am Zach.
He is Zach. He goes by Zach. He is one word, a one name only, like Prince or Madonna. The ghost with the most, Zachary. Zach, how have you been?
Been all right. Well, things are starting to open back up, so that's a good thing, right?
It has been crazy, and I know you're a little bit higher north in California, and on an army base of all things too. And so things have been getting better. You're working. You are essential. So I'm still non-essential. Um, yeah, that's crazy. There was a list of things that were the least essential, and artist was number one. And I was like, yay! Thank God I decided to pursue my dreams. Thanks, America. Um, but Zach, things were getting there. It's June now. It's not July. And we're deep into lockdown still, but there are words a-buzzing about certain things happening. The park's opening. Certain parks have opened.
Yeah,
Other parks have not and are going to open. And does that excite you, Zach? Are you excited about that?
I am.
Are you
Some
ready to
of
get back to the parks?
I am. Not as much as you, since you got your flight booked.
I do have a flight booked, everybody, but I've had a flight booked for the past month to Orlando. It's just I haven't actually gone through with it. It feels weird still. Like it's like Florida's spiking, but I know Universal Studios is doing really well with their stuff. So it's like this whole back and forth thing of my friends were going and I decided not to go. Zach won't go because he's essential and I can't. Where thing doesn't make enough money in order for us to go together. Like
Yeah, so
I
subscribe so we can make more money.
subscribe. Yeah, so Zach can go. We need 1 million subscribers tomorrow, so Zach can go on Tuesday. But luckily for Southwest Airlines, I'm able to change it every week because I'm like, I'll go this week, and I kind of want it to be perfect weather, but then it's Florida, so it's
Oh
like,
yeah, it's the worst time of year. It's gonna
yeah,
rain every day.
but it's only rains for like an hour. That's the thing. Like you see the weather, and you're like I looked at it 4 days ago, and I was like, oh, I changed my flight from I was supposed to go Sunday actually, and then I changed it to Tuesday. Thank you, Southwest Airlines, if you're listening, which you aren't, but if you are, hook it up. I changed it to from Sunday to Tuesday because I saw the weather, and I was like, oh, I'll go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I looked today, which is like 2 days, and it's already at like 80, 60, 80% chance rain. And I'm like, but it's probably it's going to
Yeah,
rain for an hour and be on and off or whatever. Because
yeah.
typical
And
Florida.
the park's gonna be at low capacity anyways. That's just gonna weed them out even more. So maybe it could be good.
Yeah, but I want to ride that Hagrid's.
Oh
I
yeah,
want
I
to
gotta
ride
ride
them Hagrid's.
Hagrid's.
And I keep see the new system, um, the, what do you call it? Virtual queue. People are riding that 2 or 3 times a day now. I've been seeing that, and that's pretty cool. I love that. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the weather right now as we are all talking on a podcast, video cast, whatever it is. We're gonna look up the weather as of, was it Friday night
Yep.
in Orlando? Oh my God, it's already changed. And here's me gonna cancel my flight. It's at 80, 80, 80. I'm like, what the hell? I might as well just cancel it. I'll give it a little bit and
Oh yeah, just wait
maybe.
for October.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go twice. That's the one I'm gonna put on the stupid little plan. But you also subscribe so that way we can get those VIP passes and those media passes because that's what we need. Um, but anyways, Zach, we digress. Of course, we are drinking because it's Friday. And what else do you do on a Friday in lockdown? You drink. Um, there's a lot of news that's been happening in the world of theme parks. And yes, we haven't been up to date. It's been what, Zach? A month?
Yeah.
A month.
Yep. A month.
I blame you. I'm blaming you right now. Right now.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
it was not your fault whatsoever. Not so, no, it's no one's fault. It's probably my fault, if anything. I just didn't have the energy. This has been taking a lot out of me. And, but I'm getting back. I'm ready. I'm ready to go visit the parks. Went out to eat the other day, today actually, and that was nice. It felt good. But gotta stay safe. Um, so let's get into it then, shall we?
Yeah.
What are we gonna talk about first, Zach? As everyone has already stopped listening.
We'll start with the bad news
Yes, this
from
is from
Walt Disney
Disney,
World.
from Walt himself. Who wants to be the bearer of bad news?
No matter to me.
Okay, well, folks, as you may have heard, if you're listening to this and you're a Disney fan, you probably already have heard that Mickey's Not So Scary is canceled. That news right there, just saying that out loud, weighs such a heavy burden onto my chest that it's
Yeah.
like, because you've been to it, we both go to it all the time, or try to, and it's such a fun event. It's unlimited candy. You get to be a little kid. You get to dress up if you
Yeah.
want to. You get to do all kinds of crazy things. And the fact that they canceled it is, I get it. Um, but it's definitely something that I'm not a fan of because it's kind of like if they did that, then what's the future holding for us? Are we going to have troubles with Halloween Horror Nights or Halloween in general? Um, dang. What are your thoughts on this, Zach?
It sucks. We don't go every year, but it's fun when we do. It's actually
Yeah.
where I proposed to my wife. Was that not so scary?
And now you can't go back
Yeah.
this year, at least.
Yeah. This year.
Um, yeah, and it's such a magical time. The parks are usually less busy during these events. Last year I went, and it actually, did you go last year?
I didn't.
We went, and it just didn't feel like it used to in the past, where it was like you could walk on every ride and do whatever you want, like you've
Yeah.
experienced.
Just getting more popular.
Yeah, it's getting more popular and allowing more people in, which isn't a bad thing. It's very fun for all the kids. They still have a great time, but it just didn't feel as cool as it used to. But with that being said, it's still a bummer to hear that Not So Scary is not happening anymore. But I understand it from what I've been reading is they use a lot of their college program kids during that time.
Yeah.
So you have Not So Scary for people who are listening or watching and that kind of stuff. It's Disneyland special event, and they go off, and then you basically be able to trick or treat throughout Magic Kingdom. It's very fun. The whole entire park's open till like midnight or 1, I believe. Um, and you have a good time. You get to go around, trick or treat, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Candy everywhere.
Spooky parade.
Yeah,
Castle
fireworks
show.
show. It's meet and greets, the whole
Yeah.
entire thing.
Special meet and greets. Some awesome ones.
Special ones. And the meet and greets, the fireworks shows, the parades, that's what offsets it from everything else. And from what I've been reading, that's the reason why it couldn't happen this year. It was pretty much like you're using the college kid program or the college program for Disney, which isn't happening this year because of everything of COVID. And then you have meet and greets, the parades. It's all things that have people stuck in the center for such a long time. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Um, but it still sucks. You never
Yeah.
want to see Disney not do what they're really good at. But with that being said, Zach, what's the good news in Epcot?
Food and Wine is back, and it starts really soon, really early this year.
Yeah, when does it start?
July 15th.
Which is I've actually never done it. I've never done Epcot's Food and Wine. Have you done it?
I have. It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like their other festivals, Flower and Garden Arts Festival.
A lot of money for getting drunk and eating food,
Yeah, a lot of money for a little plate of food.
but it's always pretty good. It's a
Yeah,
good.
really
It's
good.
it's never a bad time.
And then
I,
apparently, what were you gonna say?
no, I was gonna just talk. I was gonna reminisce about a time I saw some drunk parents walking around. That's all.
Okay.
Just most of the time.
Yeah, that's Epcot.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So apparently, there's gonna be um, elements of Flower and Garden still because it was cut short. So
What is that?
Flower and
Oh,
Garden
that's. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. The
the
Flower and Garden
festival.
show. Yeah, so it's gonna be like kind of mixed in together.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be pretty cool, actually. I could see that turning into something else too if they're doing an intermix, like they intermix both of them and it
yeah,
becoming its own thing. Why not? That'd be pretty damn cool.
yeah. The
But
festivals are always good.
yeah, I don't know how they're gonna deal with that one because that is a lot of people in one tight corner, especially with its food and drink. That's a whole other situation. But I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure um, COVID doesn't pass through food and steel and whatever the hell it is anymore. Who knows?
yeah. They'll probably have the booths like spread farther apart or whatever.
Or online ordering only,
Yeah,
and then you just go to the thing and pick it up, which might be nice. I'm I'm not gonna lie, the online ordering has been pretty nice whenever I go somewhere or if I do something. It's been pretty nice. Every restaurant I've been to, I've only been to two, but it's been an online service where it's like you have the menu through here and you look at it and you ask the server who has a mask on and you're like, okay, you're spread apart from other people. You don't have to deal with other people. It's not the worst because you're like,
yeah.
I have my own little space. It's
I just
pretty
think
nice.
online ordering, especially at the parks, is just more convenient. Like
100%. I
even
actually,
if all this wasn't happening, like it's still the way to go.
it is 100%. Especially if you're at Disneyland, and you want to get a Dole Whip. You do online ordering. Did we do that? I think we did that, didn't
We
we?
we did that for a Ronto wrap.
That's right. And then it took us forever, and it was supposed to. Yours took forever,
Yeah,
and I had mine. I already ate it like 14 hours ago, and you're like, "Where's mine?" And yeah, oh, I miss those days already. Remember when we didn't have to deal with this stuff? Ugh.
yeah,
Yeah. So basically, we're sad about Not So Scary. We're still hopeful for Halloween Horror Nights and the Taste of Food and Wine, which is starting next month. So there's a lot going on in the Disney world. Um, and that's going to segue into, are we going to do the Disney reservations? Is that what we're going to do next?
yeah. We can do that.
Yeah, so basically what's happening now is this is today, I believe it. Yes, today Disney World came out with their park pass system that's going to tell you, like, they did an online video that tells you all about how they're going to do their online ticketing. And it's a big, um, I wouldn't say revelation, but like there are some stipulations that are going to piss off a lot of people. Um, yeah. Let's go over it real quick, and then I will ask your thoughts and opinions on this because I know how we do theme parks, and we are not going to be happy if this continues on for a while.
Yeah,
So basically, what you're going to have to do is if you are a annual pass holder, if you have, I know they're going to do a time ticketing or not time ticketing, but like first people that get reservations are going to be people who have reservation inside the hotels. Then they're going to open it up to people who have annual passes, and then it's open up to the general public. But I think it's like a 2-week time span, and
yeah,
so it's nothing compared to the rest of it. It's just like a timed opening to get those first people who really want to get there. But you have to make a reservation online with your party in advance, and then this is the big one. It's one park per day.
yeah. And you can only book 3 days at a time.
Wait. 3 days at a time.
Yeah, even though they have 4 parks, you can only book 3 days at a time.
So you could potentially not even get to the next park because it could be potentially overbooked.
Yeah,
That's gonna it's probably that's not gonna happen, but that's such a burden. It's such a weird thing to do. And
yeah,
I know that they're trying to do like the 25% or whatever the capacity is, but it's such a dang Disney. Like you're gonna get it right, but Universal's are already doing it perfectly from what I've been reading down in Orlando.
yeah.
SeaWorld, not so much. We'll get into that later. Uh, I don't know how I feel about this one. This one,
Yeah, it's almost a deal breaker for me.
I think it's from what I've been reading online, it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. A lot of annual pass holders are not renewing their passes because they park hop. I mean, the whole entire fun of going on the gondola is to go from park to park, or the new gondola system is to go from that park to that park, or that hotel to that hotel, and just have a good time. And
Yeah,
you know,
like see how many rides you can ride in one day. Can't do that anymore.
can't do that. Like, why would I even go? Like, there's a lot of people who pay a lot of money to go to these parks to do that, or to just go for a couple rides here, a couple rides there, because this park's busy. So then they go to. So what happens? This park's packed, right? So Magic Kingdom is packed, and you want to go to the next park, you can't do that all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this. I mean, I get that they want to temporarily they want to keep the numbers down, but it's
yeah, and like
I don't know. Also, they're going to be doing complimentary magic bands, which is actually pretty cool. I'm hoping that they introduce magic bands into Disneyland, which I think they're going to do. I think they're going to
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
It makes
Magic
sense.
Bands plus Disneyland's Fast Pass system would be great.
It would be killer. And I think the Fast Pass system at Disneyland should be included into Walt Disney World.
Yeah,
I don't know why they don't. Doesn't make any sense. This should have been the time to do that too, to like bring it back over and be like, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing instead."
yeah. The Max Pass is so
It's
awesome.
it's so much better than what do they have now at Disney World?
Fast Pass
This
Plus.
Fast Pass Plus, where you get like 3 months and then everything's sold out pre. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't
Yeah,
make it was like it seems like they did it first and then Disneyland was like, "Well, this sounds better, so let's just do this."
yeah,
And you'd think they'd be like on the same page, but they're not. So it's weird, but Disneyland definitely has a better system. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that all happens. I know, especially for Disneyland itself, my pass expires in 2 days, and I was on a monthly payment, and I think they canceled me and then gave me my money back. So I have to call them like tomorrow because I think I won't even be able to get a pass. I think
they
I
should
might be
have
blocked out of Disneyland.
extended it.
Well, they never. I was going to, because well, if Disney, if you're listening, don't listen, because I didn't get an email. I got nothing, not to my knowledge, saying like I needed to extend it. So I'm just afraid that I'm gonna call and they're gonna be like, well, you're out of luck. You ain't gonna be able to come back. You can't buy a new pass. You can't do nothing. And I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna do this too, because there was nothing sent out. You had to be like in the know.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
And I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna need to come back. Like I need to go back. And if you're gonna say I can't, well, then I'm probably not gonna get one for a while. Like it's such a there's gonna be a lot of mad people. That's what I'm. There's gonna be a lot of mad people,
Oh yeah, for sure.
especially with the amount of people who have big giant social medias who didn't get an email or something like that. It's gonna be hard times. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Can't wait to see how it goes down. Um, and we'll have links in the YouTube and show notes to these articles. Most of them are on TractionMagazine.com, which is a great source. We should just
No.
have our own little website, but I suck at writing, so that's why.
Yeah, wouldn't be the greatest
Yeah,
either.
yeah. It's like, oh, here's an article. This is awesome. Look at this.
Yeah, it's like, go check out this other site.
Yeah, they are really good at speaking. I am not. All right, everybody. With that being said, we're going to switch gears back into Halloween mode because dun dun dun. Halloween is coming up, Zach. Are you excited if it happens?
Yeah, if it happens. Yeah,
That's such a thing, you know. It sucks that it's gonna be an if, and I'm hoping. I still have hope. Do you have hope on that?
I do.
I think it's
Because
gonna happen. I think
from what I've
Halloween
heard,
Horror Nights
construction's still going on.
construction is still going on in Hollywood itself right now. It's definitely going on. People are flying drones over Hollywood, which they are definitely not supposed to.
Yeah,
Um, that's like one of the most illegal things you can do in all of LA. I think the governor banned drones a long time ago in the city because of, I mean, Burbank Airport, all the helipads on the rooftops and LAX are all within like, there's no way you're flying a personal drone. And
yeah.
honestly, I don't know how they're doing it because I can't fly my drone if it's registered. You have like it tells you cannot take off. Like you cannot do it. So I don't know if they're hacking it or if they're just like crappy drones or something like that. I'm not
Oh,
sure how it's
maybe.
happening.
Probably crappy drones.
It probably is, or they just haven't updated their firmware in forever, and that's what they are doing because you can do that. But there is news from Horror Nights Nightmares, which is a very, would you say, reputable um,
Yeah.
place for the speculation?
Yeah, they're usually pretty spot on.
Yeah, and we got some new news. Zach, how do you feel about these new haunts that are about to happen or might happen?
Yeah. I'm okay with them. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a couple changes I'm disappointed about
yeah,
from looking at version 1 compared to version 3.
yeah.
There's only two main ones that I'm kind of disappointed about.
I mean, I already know exactly which ones those are. I know exactly which ones those are. Okay, so let's do this. I will list off the speculation one map, which was on March 30th. And maybe I'll put this in the video. It depends on how rambunctious I feel. But the list of haunted houses as of March 30th were, and this is speculation, Beetlejuice, Universal Monsters, The Bride, so that'd be Bride of Frankenstein, that kind of stuff, I'm assuming. Bedtime Stories, uh, Terra Centaurus, Billie Eilish, which was weird, Dungeon of Terror, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or The Adventures of Sabrina, which is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Great show, fun show. The Haunting of Hill House, Legendary Truth, Cary, Ohio, and Gremlins. Um, and then do you want to wait? I don't know if I want to guess which ones, or do you want
I
to
kind of
say
like
the?
now that you said them out loud, I'm like a lot of them kind of like
I actually like that original lineup.
yeah.
And so, do you want to go over the new lineup, the new speculation lineup, and we'll discuss after that?
Yeah. Do you want to do them, talk about them one by one, or go through all of them?
Well, let's go through all of them one by one, and then maybe we'll go over it. Let's
Okay.
do that.
So first we have Universal Monsters, the Brides, plural. It is not the bride
Oh,
anymore. It's brides.
whoa. And these are in different locations too.
Yes, different
Speculation,
locations.
which I don't know how they're coming up with that, but
I think
um,
building permits.
oh, and which haunts or which houses or which
Yeah,
areas?
I know when the city puts in their building permits, they do code names and people guess off of that.
Mm-hmm. And then where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So that whole brides thing is pretty. Well, let's go over all of them first. Sorry,
The next one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
which is a new one, brand new.
Bedtime Stories,
Mm-hmm.
Horror Nights Icons, Anniversary House, Pumpkin Original, Mannequin Theater, The Haunting of Hill House, Beetlejuice, and Billie Eilish.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jack is back. I think Jack is back. It
Oh yeah,
might be some sort of I think they turned a 180. I think coronavirus hit and they did something different. 100%.
oh yeah,
Um so let's start with the first one that you it's a big difference. This is a entirely different lineup pretty much.
yeah.
In speculation. So let's go over the whole fact of the Universal Monsters, The Brides. So who came up with? I don't know anything about this, but who came up? Do you know anything about that? Who said brides rather than the bride?
I don't know. I haven't
That's
seen any comments about it or anything, but
so like no one's
like
figured that out.
what are the other brides?
So maybe it's gonna be a female version of Universal Monsters, which would be really cool.
That would be cool.
And there's definitely like a I don't know how to say this without being like sound sexist or anything like that, but like a girl power type of situation or something like a if they're gonna do brides and be all female cast, all everyone energetic, that kind of stuff. I'm all for that. I think that's awesome. That'd be
Yeah,
really cool because most horror icons are heavily male based, I guess. Like,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
usually a monster is male, quote unquote. Like a universal monster is always thought of as something that's male, I guess,
yeah.
besides
The
the bride.
Wolf
So
Man, the Invisible
man,
Man.
yeah, not woman. So I'm all for that. I think that's really cool. Do it
Yeah,
up. Might as well. That sounds awesome. And it'd be cool. So maybe it's so basically what happens is Frankenstein and his boys, Wolfman, the creature from Black Lagoon, they're on Tinder. They got caught, and now this is the bride's revenge. Shorty's revenge. That's what's happening. So
yeah,
that's what's happening in this episode. Um, so I'm still excited about that house.
yeah,
The Universal Monsters houses have always been awesome.
yeah. They're always great.
Yeah, and they just started, so I cannot wait for Universal Monsters in Epic Universe. That's going to be amazing to see what they do with that.
Oh yeah,
If it comes to life. I'm still skeptical on it, honestly, but I have hopes. So then, in place of what was it? Oh, so that house was in place of Beetlejuice in the area, which that area of would be what is that called? Like the promenade in front of Rip Ride Rocket?
yeah. In the stage area there.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about this now, and even though I know you lived down there for a while, and I was looking at this map that we have in front of us, and I'll put it up here, how I saw this map, and I was like, in my brain, I knew exactly where everything was in a
Yeah,
theme park. And I'm like, this is our lives. We just we love these things so much. And I'm like, that's the promenade, the little thing with the stage show. And then you have the big giant line right there. That's huge. And you always go by and you're like, I am never waiting in that line ever. And then we're like, oh, okay, well, let's wait in that line.
VIP.
Yeah, VIP. Oh, I cannot wait. Also, why didn't I record the VIP experience last time? I don't get that. Also, I was very drunk. We
Yeah,
both
that
were.
that was the reason.
Yeah. Well, and the
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend. That was another reason. I don't remember most of those haunts actually. I'm not gonna lie. That was a dark time, guys. So let's go on to the next one, which would be Site B, which area is that though? That's the Jimmy Fallon building, right?
Yeah.
But that's like you go in the back of all of those?
They do it
Or no.
differently sometimes.
Yeah. So instead, they have Chainsaw Massacre instead of Universal Monsters: The Bride. So
Yep.
this is a 180 right here. Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre.
A weird one because they did it a few years ago.
There also is some aerial shots of Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood, and there's definitely a where the Waterworld show is, where they do the haunt. There's definitely they're already starting to detail stuff, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ish type building happening right now. So I don't know why they're doing that, other than I would say Texas Chainsaw Massacre is easy to do.
I think it might be
It's
their own property too.
it might be, but it just seems like it's a last minute. We can't put any real detail into it, even though they still have what 2.5 months.
Yeah.
There's still ability to do other things. It's just weird. I don't know. I mean, it's just chainsaws, which is fine. The people are gonna get scared out of their minds, but for us, it's a cop out. Like chainsaws
Yeah.
aren't scary. They are, but
That first Texas Chainsaw House was pretty good.
was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember that one. Which one was that? Which year was that?
2017, 2018.
I definitely was there, but like again, alcohol, you know? Yeah. It's a recurring theme on this show. Um,
This
so
one's the
then,
same. The
yeah,
next one.
bedtime stories is the same. But however, this is one that I actually enjoy is a change. So lot D would be what they do there last year. It's the very end one. So you go into like the Ghostbusters New York alley
Yeah.
with Rip Ride Rocket, and you go all the way to the end, and then
It's in the soundstage back there.
yeah, what was there last year? Poltergeist?
No, that was a
Or was that
couple of
way in
years
the
ago.
back?
I
That
think it
was
was
2 years ago?
Ghostbusters. It might have been
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters.
Oh man.
Ghostbusters or Stranger Things. I think
I think
they're
it
in
was
the same
Stranger
area.
Things in the very end. Because I remember that tour. We always have a little stop right there. And we're like, let's get drinks. Listen,
Yeah.
guys,
That's the
if you go
shots. Let's do shots
go,
area.
let's do shots. If you guys go to Halloween Horror Nights, highly recommend the RIP tour, non-private or private, whatever you can get. It's worth the money so much, it's not even funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's just such a fun time. And you get to do everything, and usually you're with a group of friends, or you meet people you've never met before. But so that one went from Terra Centaurus, which was supposed to be what, like what's it
It's like
supposed to be?
it was like an alien queen. She was an icon, so she might still be in this house.
Oh, okay, because it is Halloween Horror Nights icons.
Yeah.
So there's
And she returns every 15 years or something, and the last time she appeared was 15 years ago.
so maybe they did, instead of a whole haunt, they're gonna do like that junkyard haunt that they had, where it's all the Halloween Horror Nights like junk basically. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Carnival Graveyard.
Uh-huh.
And then there was also 25 years of mayhem.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that. That's fine with me.
Definitely some Jack gonna show up in there.
I mean, honestly, I think Jack's showing up this year. I think he's just gonna show up in general. And I remember hearing rumors about that in the very beginning of when we were talking about this back in March. And then with the social media and the whole coronavirus stuff, I remember hearing or reading stuff about how Jack was going to take over. You'd have to have time ticketing and that kind of stuff on the app. I might have had a dream about this, or I read this online, and someone was like already saying we're doing this stuff. You're gonna have to punch in and get your time. Yeah, where did I read that? This must have been like last month. I remember reading. I'm looking on camera. It was someone said that they were making video footage of you would have a phone app and you would take in your group and you would punch in the time that you would go to the different haunts, and that's how you got into the line. So it was like a time ticketing system for Halloween Horror Nights, and that's how they were going to handle it. And Jack was a part of that.
Huh.
So who knows? So I'm just telling you, you heard it here first because my drunk brain decided to remember it. But with that haunt changing, I mean, I'm okay with that. It doesn't really bother me that much. I like the icons. It's always fun to see what you miss. But with this anniversary house, though, what's that all about? Do you know anything about that?
I don't, but I'm gonna guess it's like the 25 years of mayhem house, like just scenes from past houses.
So just a collage of stuff.
Yeah, which I really enjoyed that
Yeah,
house.
it seems like a good. They destroy everything after the Halloween. After every season, they just destroy it. So it's not what
Most of it. They keep some
most.
stuff.
Yeah, like props and stuff. But I remember going through one of the tours, and they said they bulldoze it, which is crazy. That's so much money just gone. And if anyone's ever built a haunted house before, we've spent many a months in the wintertime putting those wall panels into trailers, and I don't know why they don't do that, but hey, whatever. When
Yeah.
you're bringing in $2 million a fucking night, why not? So, why not? It seems like a good idea to do, easy idea, especially I think since things took a 180. And the anniversary house is taking over a Billie Eilish house, which would have been in what is that?
Men in Black Q, the
Yeah,
sprung tent.
which they need to bring back. Which was what The Purge last year, or was that 2 years ago?
That was last year. It was House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I remember that. I have the COVID sneeze right now. No, I don't. So then we're on to Pumpkin Original. I don't know what the hell that is. It's taking over Dungeon of Terror.
Yeah, which I was kind of excited for Dungeon of Terror. That was going to
Yeah,
be like the old school dark ride kind of feel.
which they do out here in LA at Not
Not.
Scary Farm, and it's awesome. That last scene in that ride, that I forget what it's called, Scary something other, is one of the coolest things. It reminds me of Batman 2. So it's where all the carnival characters are like taking over and they're like jumping all around and Batman's like fighting them off, that kind of stuff. That's what it reminds me of. And I remember being like, "Oh my god." I was getting my mind blown. Dark Ride is what it's called. And that haunt is like one of my favorites because you like start off all like, "Oh, this is cheesy," and then just gets into this craziness. And that's
Yeah.
like you said, that's what I thought it was going to be, something like that. So Pumpkin Original, I don't know. What are they going to do, like the horror movie Pumpkin, or is it just going to be a pumpkin patch?
Pumpkinhead deck. I don't know.
A Pumpkinhead. Why are they
Or
changing
maybe
it?
going to like traditional Halloween kind of vibe to it.
But that's just trick or treat. Like
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know. It
I
feels
like
like
trick or treat, so I don't.
yeah. I mean, that haunt was awesome. But I don't know. I mean, they know what they're doing, so hopefully it's still good.
Yeah, the originals are always good. So,
Yeah. So then what do we got next there, Zach?
Mannequin Theater
Which,
replacing Sabrina.
which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Sabrina show, so
I mean, I could see it being pretty cool, but at the same time, I'm okay with it being something different. Mannequins though can F off, and I'm gonna be freaked out on that one. So I'm excited for it. Mannequins. So I'm just imagining a lot of strings, like the whole
Yeah.
in sync vibe. That's all I'm gonna think is like ba ba ba, that kind of stuff. But there's
Like
not much known on this. What's that?
that one long time ago, Dollhouse of the Damned.
Oh yeah, that one. Those dolls, those effed me up. I'm not about that. I am
Yeah, I
not.
remember we did the behind the scenes tour for that one.
Yeah, I was like,
And you're
nope,
just like, nope,
don't
nope.
like this. Nope. See you guys later. Deuces. So I mean, I'm okay with that change. That's probably like the one change that I'm okay with. Uh, oh wait, hold on. There's one change that I'm very not okay with. It's about to come up, but
Yeah.
so then Haunting on Hill House is still the same.
Yep.
Still have no idea why they're doing that. These next two, I am not okay with for changing because they're still going to be, they were originally in it, but the things that they're replacing, I am not okay with. And I'm going to let you be the bearer of bad news on these, Zach.
Okay, so the next one is Beetlejuice,
Yes.
replacing Legendary Truth, Cary, Ohio.
So Beetlejuice was already in the original lineup,
Yeah,
just
which
in a different location.
we were both excited for.
Super excited for because it's Beetlejuice. But the Legendary Truth Carry Ohio, I was super stoked for because that just lives on that legend that they have.
Yep. I'm wondering
And
if
it's
they'll
not,
transfer that over to the Anniversary House somehow.
I hope. I just feel like when you have such a cool lore that you need to keep it going.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that was kind of a. I feel like some sort of producer somewhere was like, well, people aren't going to get it, so let's just like cancel it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll throw it
And
in somewhere.
I hope so. It sounded like it was going to be like a found footage type thing. Like you're going into these cabins or something like that, like you're walking into this cool stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we still have Beetlejuice. However, this last one, I am so angry about.
Yeah, it's so
I
fucking.
am so angry about because I just watched a video on the sequel and how insane it was that movie ever got made.
Yeah.
Um, so Zach, be the bearer of bad news. What haunt is speculated to be gone?
So, Gremlins is supposed to be replaced by Billie Eilish.
Why you gotta say that to me, Zach? Why you gotta do that to me? That hurts the soul right there. That's the same type of hurt that I felt today when I heard the news that Mickey's Not So Scary was gonna be done. Like, damn, Gremlins and Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that's not
Those
okay.
those are not on the same level. You do not, because imagine if they did Gremlins 1 and 2, which I would love. Could you imagine walking into Gremlins? Because Gremlins 1 is like the same type of, you got it's the house, whatever, and you're there. But you go to Gremlins 2, and it's like scene after scene of all the craziest, because
Yeah.
Gremlins 2, I don't know how it got made. That was a crazy movie. Did you ever see the Key and Peele?
Yeah, I
And
love
you're
that
like,
sketch.
and the guy comes in, he's like, how about we have like a lightning gremlin? They're like, got it, sweet, amazing. And a googly-eyed gremlin. You're like, all right, sweet, that's the best idea ever. How we have Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
And it's like and there's all kinds of videos on Gremlins and Gremlins 2 in specific because of Gremlins' success and how much, and then Rick Baker at his max, at his top. And the reason why Rick Baker did it is because they said you could do whatever you want with these creatures. And
Yeah.
it just, I mean, there's an intelligent gremlin that sings New York, New York. There's a female gremlin that like hits on all the people. There's a bat gremlin that turns into a gargoyle. Like, could you imagine a haunt like that? Oh my God. It would be the best.
Yeah.
I would so love that so much. It would be like, so we went into Ghostbusters here in Hollywood, and they had the Slimer costume. And the Slimer costume, and if you're listening to this, you have to watch what I'm about to do, because go on the YouTubes, because it's amazing. And I know you're not listening to it because there's like 2 listeners, so it's whatever. Um, the Slimer just kind of got bored after a while because all he was doing was like kind of grabbing the food. Like it's that classic scene where he's grabbing the food and he's shoving it into his mouth. Well, Slimer started doing like pointing at people like, hey, hey, like Fonzie style. And he pointed at us and he's like, what's up? And he's like, so he just became his own little character, which I'm sure someone probably gave him crap for, but I was like,
Yeah.
that's amazing because like Slimer pointing at me is awesome. So to have, if you could imagine like these gremlins like getting bored with their characters and like pointing at you and doing like this crazy stuff, oh my God, it would be the funnest haunt ever. It would be a ball. It would be a blast. It would be a blast.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So I am very disappointed about Gremlins being gone and why Billie Eilish is still there. Even I'm
Yeah.
not going to say anything bad about Billie Eilish because she's not a bad person or a bad singer or anything like that, but a haunted house doesn't make any sense.
No.
Excuse me.
I kind of see why they scrapped Gremlins, though. It's probably going to be all puppets and super expensive.
Yeah, I
But
get that.
still really bummed about it.
I mean, how can you say no? I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have that Lagoon show. Apparently, I don't think these shows are gonna happen. I'm not sure. I think the shows might not happen.
I think they'll happen just with this new spaced seating thing.
But think about all the people that go into Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
How are they gonna do that? How are you gonna fit 30,000 people in one night into that haunt?
I don't know. I still don't know how this whole event's gonna work. So
that's definitely gonna be something that happens. But I also think they might be relying on Florida to say like, "Fuck it," honestly.
yeah,
like,
I mean that they're basically already doing that.
But now Orange County, which I think Orlando's in Orange County, or where's Orlando in?
I think it's Orange County.
They decided they have to do mandatory face masks now.
I think that was Orange County, California.
It was, but it's also in Orange County.
Is it?
Yeah. So Orange County here in LA or in California decided to like screw up because they've been like, oh, we're not going to wear masks anymore. And then the governor was like, no, you're wearing masks now. Because they just decided to screw everything up. So yes, Orange County, Florida, which is, does that include, issued a mandatory face mask in order on Thursday, which was yesterday. So they also got the slap on them. And Orange County is Orlando. So I know people, it's very difficult to wear your mask. It takes so much out of your day. And, you know, I know it's going to be so difficult, but please wear them. Zach and I both want to go to theme parks soon. If y'all don't wear them, then we can't go. So.
Yeah, just wear them
on. Just wear them. Yeah, what else we got? I'm still pumped about Halloween Horror Nights. It should be good. Was there a map for Hollywood?
I don't believe there was a new one. Let me double check. Yeah, there is.
Oh, it's taken down too. There's only 7 haunts. Excuse me. So basically, for Hollywood. Oh wow.
Yeah, that changed a lot.
This changed a lot. This is even in the thing it says this is what we've been hearing. Usually we have 9 to 10 haunts in Hollywood as well, and we've turned to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 haunts.
And one of them's Walking Dead. And one of them's Walking Dead.
Which is supposed to be closed, and that thing sucks. And the fact that the only different one is the Invisible Man, which is like, So it's a haunt with stuff that blows in the air. Like, I don't understand that. I mean, I get it's an IP that they have, but
Yeah. And then they also changed it to Brides,
brides, brides.
whatever that means.
I wonder where they get these logos from. Like, where are these logos at? I've never seen someone like post. Like, who's posting these? They're not on.
Yeah.
Like, Halloween Horror Nights hasn't posted anything, and they're usually this is the time where they're like spilling their guts right now.
Yep.
Like, we're getting all the stuff fed to us, and it's
Oh,
not
that
happening.
should be another thing. Apparently, they're going to announce everything all at once
Really?
instead of like house by house.
You think it's gonna be because you think it's gonna be a last minute? Is it gonna happen or not type of situation?
I think so. So it's
Yeah.
looking like.
Man, what a weird time. This is I got my temperature taken when I went to dinner tonight. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have hope. I know like with Mickey's Not So Scary, there's definitely different different things happening. So I get why it's not happening. The cast members, it's a lot of people standing around. I still have hope for Halloween Horror Nights, but it's dwindling day by day, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially with things happening and they're returning to go back to the second wave, the third wave of things that are happening. So it's like, wear your mask, people. We want to go to the parks. I think the next month, once Disney opens, is going to be a big indicator of how things happen. Universal's been killing it. From everything I've been reading, Universal has been like on point when it comes to keeping people 6 feet apart, that kind of stuff. There are a few like bad articles that I've read that have but people in the comments are like, that's not what it was. That's not what it was like. And hopefully I'll go down next week to see what it's like if I maintain my.
Gotta vlog it.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will. I'd be like, hey, everybody. Yeah, so it's been crazy. It's been a weird time. But the parks are starting to open. Disney here in California is going to be opening soon. No word on Universal yet.
I haven't heard
CityWalk
it.
is open.
What's that? So I haven't heard anything about Universal over here.
Nothing. CityWalk's open. I thought about going the other day, but it's like, why? I don't really want to go. I don't want to go to Jimmy Buffett.
Go get some voodoo donuts.
I mean, yeah, but I've been eating too much already, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Do we have any other news? Is anything else happening? I mean, there's tons happening, but I think that's pretty much the jam about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, make sure to comment, subscribe, like, all that business, so that way we can get on these cool media badges and get our, our subscriptions up, and then make some money off this, so we can give you guys more content. Other than that, I think it's gonna wrap it up for us, Zach, isn't it?
That is. That's all we got.
All right. Well, then, Zach, this is your one and only chance to get this right. How do you say the thing that we always say?
What?
Perfect. Bye, guys.